Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Trial in Time, Case 29, A Slice of Death. Let's unlock Chapter 2. Yeah. Katrina, there you are. Do you remember I needed more time to examine the victim's stomach, saying that most of his digestive system had fallen out because of his injuries? And did you find something? Yes, although I'd rather not think about it. I forgot how squeamish you are, Jack. Anyway, it was tricky, but I finally managed to ascertain that your victim had recently eaten dango, a Japanese sweet made from rice flour. And it turns out the only place that sells these dango sweets is a tea house in a mining village up a nearby mountain. The extent of the sweet's digestion shows that the victim had eaten them a mere 8 hours ago. In other words, right about before his bedtime. Which means that the Shogun must have gone to this tea house not long before he was killed. Katrina, get your trekking boots on. It's time for us to go mountain climbing. Yes. Okay, let's go up the mountain and investigate that village on the mountain. Whoa, Katrina, you can see for miles and miles from this mountain village. Look, there's the Shogun's palace. This would have been the perfect place for the Shogun to plan his military actions. No wonder he came here. There's no one around, but you picked up what looks like the sign for the tea house. Maybe it will give us the owner's name. And what's this broken sculpture about? Let's fix it. What else? Ah, yeah, this fancy box looks out of place in this unassuming establishment. We know the Shogun came here shortly before he was murdered, so we better unlock it. Okay, let's first unlock this box. What's that? Katrina, you got the box open. If I'm not mistaken, this is a whetstone. It was used to sharpen blades. Oh, it may be the killer's. Well, our murder weapon must be sharp as hell, but it doesn't mean the killer took care of it themselves, which means this whetstone could give us a new suspect. There's a logo on the stone. Let's see if it gives us any hits on our tablet, Katrina. Okay. Okay, let's restore this sculpture. And you are... This sculpture seems to be some kind of warrior, Katerina. Since the Shogun is the head of the military, could a statue be linked to him? Or Ronda should be able to confirm. We would better get the sculpture to him. Okay. Okay, now the faded sign. And I don't understand it. Where's our tablet when we need it? Let's translate this. Katrina, according to the tablet, the sign reads Ome-san's tea house. Great, so now we have the owner's name. It shouldn't be too hard to find her. Okay. Okay, let's now identify this sharpening stone. You identify swordsmaker. And the swordsmaker is Katria. Turns out the Western logo belongs to a legendary swordsmaker called Yoshimune. He was renowned all over Japan for being a katana making prodigy. Yoshimune's workshop is in that mountain village we visited. Knowing how our victim died, we better have a war with this famous swordsmaker. Okay. Alright, first let's go talk to Ome. New customers! I was just about to open up my mountaintop tea house. Come inside and warm yourselves. Thank you, Ome-san, but we were actually here on business, not pleasure. You see, Shogun Yoshinobu Gojo was found murdered earlier today, and we believe he frequented your establishment. Oh, how tragic to lose our leader. The Shogun liked coming to relax here over a tasty meal after scouting the land and doing his duty and whatnot. Ome-san, we believe that Shogun Gojo was at your tea house yesterday evening, just a few hours before he was murdered. Was he with anyone? No, he was all alone. He seemed rather preoccupied, but he always did. Alright, thank you for the information. We'll be back if we have any further questions for you. Okay. Okay, now let's go talk to Yoshimune. Greetings, you are counted the best sword maker in the land. My blade slices through human flesh like a tuna diving through water. As long as you're as great a Kenjutsu warrior as I. In that case, perhaps one of your swords was used to murder the Shogun because we found him with his torso neatly cut in half. Holy white snake, the Shogun has been murdered? His katana was my greatest work to date. So the Shogun bought his sword from you? One does not merely buy a katana as you would a bag of rice. The Shogun's weapon was a labor of love, sweat and tears. We sat together many a long night discussing every aspect of the sword before I even began to forge the seal. Shogun Gojo understood better than anyone my talent and worth. I shall miss his singing my praises. It could be you. What's this warrior sculpture about? Hey Orlando, any idea what that sculpture we sent you was about? Well, it took some digging, but I was finally able to ascertain that it's an expensive replica of the statue that was erected to commemorate the Great Battle of Kuromu River. This battle took place quite recently. It was violent and bloody, but the Shogun won in the end. Ah, we suspected that the statue was connected to our victim. Indeed it is. but more interesting is the inscription. I found on the underside of the sculpture which revealed that it was a gift from the shogun to Junpei Oyama, his right-hand man. The statue was a gift to the samurai we met, but how did such a valuable object end up broken? Katria, we should ask the old soldier, I agree. Yeah. Why did you break the sculpture? Man. Junpei, can you tell us how the sculpture gifted to you from the shogun ended up broken? Because I couldn't bear to look at the darn object anymore. But surely it was a great honor to receive this statue. Honor? Do you think there is honor in ransacking and murdering a village of innocents? That is what the shogun commanded me to do, and then gave me that silly memento to serve as a constant reminder of my actions. I prayed to the White Snake Goddess for forgiveness, but it did no suffice. So I used my Kenjutsu skills to smash that reminder of my horrific actions into pieces. Well, let's hope we don't discover that you also used your skills to murder the shogun in retaliation for his gratitude. Oh, it could be you, man. A few minutes later. Katrina, I sure am glad I'm not a samurai, being forced to fight all the time. Anyway, enough contemplating. We should take another look for clues around the victim's bedroom. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the bedroom. No, I'm trying to like cheat the system, but it's too dark to see the items. Okay. And there was no need for that. Katrina, this silky sash thing is covered in blood. Oh, you think it's the victim's belt from the kimono he was wearing when we found him cut in half? The killer must have pulled the belt off him during the murder. We should get a sample of that green stain on it. And if you want to dig through that pile of pillows, be my guest. Okay. Okay, let's collect this green thing from the belt. Let's ask Theo to examine that green substance from the victim's kimono belt, Katarina. Okay. Okay, now let's look through the cushions. Another message on... Is that Japanese or Mongolian now? I don't know. There was a note hiding in the pills, Katerina. It's pretty long. I hope our trusty talent is clever enough to handle this. Let's see. Inputting the characters. It worked! The note apparently means, husband, fix your own damn problems. Oh, it is on Japanese. The shogun's wife must have written this note to him. But why? What are these problems she's talking about? Tokiko Gochi had better have some answers, I agree. Okay. Will this take long, Katarina? I was just going to practice genjutsu in the hopes that it will help me forget the death of my husband for a few hours. Well, it's your husband that brings us to you. Why did you tell him he needed to fix his problems himself? So, you found my note. Look, I know I shouldn't have disrespected my husband. I even prayed to the White Snake Goddess to give me patience and compassion, but to no avail. The truth is that Yoshinobu and I were attracted to each other's brains as well as our looks. Our courting even consisted of debating battle strategies. The problems began when we got married. You see, my role became focused on tending to the household as it should be. But my husband did not understand this and wouldn't stop pestering me for advice on political and military issues. If he couldn't deal with his responsibilities himself, then I should have been named Shogun, not he. It was not my job to clean up his mess. Tokiko, you seem very frustrated with your husband. I hope for your sake that you didn't end up making your own mess by killing him. It could be you. What's this green substance? Katria, the sample is separate from the victim's spelled copy visited by Grandma Young. She makes the best green tea. Oh, it's tea. Are you saying that the substance on the belt was green tea, Tio? Exactly. Of course, my grandmother used a Korean brand, and this one's Japanese, but the basic components and nostalgic smell are the same. Well, knowing that our victim was sliced in half, the only way the belt didn't get also cut in two was if the killer pulled it off before wielding their sword. Which means it must be the killer who let trace the green tea on it, Katerina. Well, our murderer will no doubt be craving something stronger than green tea to calm their nerves when we catch them. And you're right, Katerina. The samurai was drinking green tea when we first met him. I'll add this to his profile. Okay. Oh, it could be samurai. Well, Katerina, we've now discovered that our victim not only reeled too much on his wife to perform his shogunly duties, but he also forced a samurai to murder innocents in the name of power. Could this have given either of them enough of a motive to murder him? Then there's the sword maker who fabricated the shogun's katana and potential murder weapon. What? You're shaking and there's boom and... Are we under attack? Let's clearly still work. Katerina, what was that noise? It sounded like an explosion from the top of the mountain. Oh, what happened there? Alright, we gotta stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!